Champions Cup quarter-final team of the week. Who were the best 23 players to wear their jersey over the weekend's rugby that we just watched? And I say 23 because I always do a 23 now, because rugby is more than ever a 23-man, not a 15-man game. So it's only right and proper to reflect that in my team of the week. Leave your comments down below. Give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. I'm Tim, this is Egg Chasers, and thank you for dealing with the mood lighting in my hotel room at LAX airport as I wait to head home in just a few hours' time. Looking forward to getting back. I sat through my first ever earthquake a little while ago, 6.2 magnitude. It's quite scary. The building was moving, got an alert on my phone, and then the rumble started. So anyway, I've calmed down, had a cup of coffee, and here is my team of the week. Emmanuel Eogan for Northampton Saints in the 1 jersey. I tell you what, he's done everything he can to maybe get himself on an England summer tour this year. He's 24 years of age and is starting to really blossom. A dominant performance against Will Collier, a very good English tight head prop, and laid a platform which saw Northampton Saints run riot against Castra. And on the bench, in the loose head prop position, Andrew Porter. He came on after just over half an hour, so played around about 50 minutes and gave Leinster, again, a solid set piece, really industrious in the loose. And it's quite a clever way, I think, to use. And I think Leinster might do a little bit more of this, having the bomb squad element. The Jacques Nienaber impact perhaps coming on with the bench, the way South Africa do, giving Malcolm Marx 40 or even 50 minutes. They did that with Andrew Porter, and it meant he was there for the big minutes towards the end of matches. And I wonder if they're going to do that in the semi-final and final, should they get there. As for hooker, Curtis Langdon, back to Northampton Saints. He got a try, really solid set piece. And again, another player who is not far off an England summer touring squad. So really, really good performance from him. Let me know if you agree. I found the backup hooker quite a difficult one. There wasn't really many standout options there. Maxime Lamotte is just he's just really classy. If he wasn't French, I think he'd have lots of caps to his name already. But he's just behind Marchand and Malvaca in that French setup. To tight head prop then, Tadhg Furlong. So good to see him back and playing. I don't think there was many absolutely elite top tier tight head prop performances from this weekend. I think Furlong was the best of them. And he's not quite back to his best, but even Furlong, a few percent below his very best, is still the best player of the weekend. Really, really good. And all of the amazing things that we saw from Leinster, all of the tries that we saw them running in, started with the fact that Glasgow could not get any dominance in the physical areas of the game, and Furlong, a big part of that. Ben Tamafuna did a similar job for Bordeaux. He also adds ball carrying, offloading, and he might have got the number 3 jersey had he not, I don't know, did he milk it with going to the floor, holding his face a little bit? Maybe that's just clouded my judgment and nudged him onto the bench behind Furlong. But there's no arguing, Big Ben is a class act. Into the second row then, Emmanuel Meafu. That's the best I've seen him play in a little while, back to his very best. He just melts people when he ball carries. And there was that one particular carry just before half-time, and he earned Toulouse a penalty with a really dominant carry, which then got them, I think, was it 12-6 at half-time, not 12-3. And just momentum-wise, that moment was a real big shift. Meafu played 70 minutes of this game as well, so he went deeper into the match than he normally does. And he's very, very important to them in the run-in, especially without Dupont. They need the other big names in their team to really step up, and Meafu is one of those. And talk about big names. This guy is a physical freak. Yards in the carry, offloads in contact, which cause chaos. Amazing line out, pressure on the opponents. He has just added a bit of stardust to this Leinster team. And every time he steps out there and plays that well, I mean, Munster fans who hardly got to see him must just be face palming. Just going, why couldn't we have had this version of RG Snyman? But he is getting ready for the money matches for Leinster and looking amazing. On the bench, I've put Guido Petty, who started in the back row for Bordeaux. He is typically a second row, and that's why I've put him on the bench in that position. Thibaut Flamont I thought was really good as well. But Guido Petty, work rate for days. He was absolutely fantastic. And talk about work rate, look no further than Francois Cross as we move into the back row. Relentless, absolutely relentless effort tackles, the number of turnovers, rucks, clean rucks that he wins for his team. He is one of those guys, a bit like Richard Hill back in the day for the England World Cup winning team. And like all great teams, they need someone that goes under the radar a little bit, maybe doesn't get the credit that they deserve, but just do an incredible amount of work for their team. And I imagine if you ask most Toulouse players, who is your favourite teammate, they will say Francois Cross. He was amazing. Henry Pollock. I mean, the kid's got it. He's just got it. 2 more tries to his name. Exuberance, confidence, swagger, and he's backing it up with performances as well. He was absolutely brilliant, and he's always looking for Alex Mitchell's shoulder when Mitchell's crabbing across the field or making a little snipe. Like every good 7, he's there. He's winning turnovers as well. Very, very special talent at 20 years of age. Pete Samu, one of the best players of the week and man of the match in the game. He was so good for Bordeaux. He's the link man, ball carrier, tackler, go forward. I mean, Bordeaux are going to miss him next season because I think he's moving on. I don't know if it's been confirmed where he's going yet, but Pete Samu had a really good game, and there's a potential for Bordeaux. If they can match teams physically, they've got one of the most incredible backlines possibly in world rugby, certainly at club level. But their backline would go up against pretty much any international backline as well. They are amazing. So Pete Samu is going to be massive for Bordeaux in the weeks ahead. And on the bench, I've also gone for Max Deegan. He was part of a class of 2016, I think it was. So I live in Manchester, and the World Under-20s Championships was in Manchester in 2016. And Max Deegan was one of the standout players for Ireland in a team that also had Andrew Porter and Jacob Stockdale, who went on and have gone on to have many caps for Ireland themselves. Max Deegan hasn't really pushed on, but he's stayed in the Leinster system, and he's starting to be rewarded for his influence, and getting selected to start some of these big matches is massive for him, and he is delivering when he gets the chance. So he could be he had early promise, he could be a bit of a late bloomer in this Leinster team, and who knows, in the green of Ireland. Certainly the 6 jersey is up for grabs for Ireland, and Max Deegan, the way he's playing, he could be one of the contenders to take it. Really, really strong performance from him. Got him going with the try, didn't he? And then got the last try as well in an absolute beatdown. So that is the pack. Moving into the backs. And again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'll be there with you. Well, actually, not while I'm flying, but I'll be there with you the rest of the time. Alex Mitchell was so good. There was a lot of good scrum half performances. Jameson Gibson-Park was really good. Alex Mitchell was just superb. The snipes, the number of defenders he holds and then releases other players. He's probably one of the rugby players that looks least like a rugby player, but man alive, he plays like one. I've gone for Maxime Luku just above Jameson Gibson-Park on the bench. Luku's kicking, intelligence, organisation of that Bordeaux team, he is a class act. Some really good scrum halves in this competition. Fly half, there was only one option. Sam Prendergast was head and shoulders above any other player in that position over the weekend. It is relatively not easy, that's not the word. It is a lot easier to be a great fly half when your forwards are as dominant as Leinster's were, because Glasgow were always on the back foot, not able to close the space and shut Prendergast down, and that gave him even more time. That meant he could just pull the strings. That said, you've still got to execute, and everything Sam Prendergast did just turned to gold in that match. He was brilliant, and outside him, I mean, what more could you want with a young 10 just taking the reins at your team than have one of the best, not just best 12s, one of the best rugby players on the planet? I think there's a genuine argument Geordie Barrett might be up there with the best rugby player, because he has got it all. He can be a top tier fullback, wing. He could step in at 10, and he can certainly do a job at centre, as he did for Leinster. And he had it all. 4 turnovers in the match. His passing, his kicking, his defensive scramble. There was one moment where, I forget which player it was, but they were away. Was it Kyle Rowe? Yeah, he just gassed Kyle Rowe, got back, got the ball. He was the best player of the week by a country mile, Geordie Barrett. And outside him, Gary Ringrose also showed really good attack. I mean, his try, power, an individual score. But actually, when you shut 2 teams out, which has never been done before, the only 2 times that any team has failed to score in a Champions Cup knockout stage game is the last 2 weeks, Leinster, Gary Ringrose as kind of the defensive captain of that team. organising things, shutting down those wide channels, especially when you've got some people with the talent that Harlequins and Glasgow have had in their backline. To shut them down just speaks to what a brilliant player he is. Gary Ringrose needs these big performances, and he's delivering them. And surely, if he stays fit, he's going to go on. And it's mad that it would be his first British and Irish Lions tour. Onto the wings then. Tommy Freeman, how good is this guy's form? Every time he gets the ball, you just expect something to happen, and it was the same again. And that first try that Northampton got, where he looked like he was being shut down by his man, they were shepherding him to the touchline, and he just had the pace and power to bust through the tackle. And away they go. It was a 1-2 with Furbank, and he was done. And in terms of elusiveness, the stats for Damien Penaud evading the first attempted tackle is insane. It's something like 70% of attempted tackles on Damien Penaud fail. He is so good in attack. Not at his best this year, but still, even Damien Penaud not at his best. Good enough for a team of the week here, in my humble opinion at least. Let me know yours. Fullback, to complete the 15, I'll go through a couple of bench spots. Melvin Jaminet, 18 points, didn't really deserve to be on the losing team. And with all the pressure coming into this, of the backdrop of his move from Toulouse to Toulon and all the controversy surrounding that, and the fine for Toulouse, and his ban that he's only recently back from, and he's been back playing, but he is a massive, massive part of Toulon's push for a top 14 title. And now they can put all their eggs purely in that basket. Bordeaux and Toulouse are going to have a semi-final, and one of them is going to have a final to play as well. But Toulon, disappointed to go out, but now they can just focus fully on the top 14. And Melvin Jaminet is going to be massive for them in the weeks ahead. And on the bench, I didn't think there was a good enough fly half backup behind Sam Prendergast to put anyone there. So I'd rather use the spots in my team of the week for players that I thought played really well. And Yoram Moefana is so important for Bordeaux and so good. I mean, I think he's world class now. So behind Gary Ringrose and Geordie Barrett, I'd have him. And I thought Tommy O'Brien. So I've already mentioned Max Deegan as a later bloomer for Leinster. Tommy O'Brien's 26 now. Again, another player who's bided his time, stuck at the province, and is getting his rewards right now. And it was a really, really good performance from him for Leinster. So that is my team of the week, the 23-man squad. As you can see, there's 5 Leinstermen in the starting lineup and 5 Northampton Saints players in the starting lineup. Only 2 from Toulouse, and not a single back player anywhere from Toulouse. 2 from Bordeaux, 4 other Bordeaux players on the bench, 3 more Leinstermen on the bench, and only 1 player from a losing team, being Melvin Jaminet at fullback. It was overall disappointing how one-sided the games were, but I think that team reflects the quality that there was from the teams that won the game, in particular Leinster and Northampton, who absolutely hammered their opponents, and Bordeaux to a lesser extent. Toulouse did really well to get through, but they look beatable. No Antoine Dupont is absolutely huge for them, isn't it? And Graul's okay, but he can't play every game, top 14 and Champions Cup. Saito is not at the level required, but Toulouse play in such a unique way that you have to be a very, very, very good scrum half to be able to step in and play that way. And those calibre of players are not available. So it is just such a huge loss for Toulouse. And you sense that they kind of feel that they're not quite at the level that they have been. And so it's just making the semi-finals and final even more interesting. Bring it on. It's the first weekend in May, and I cannot wait. Let me know what you think about that team of the week. Hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, leave your comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one.